Hello everyone. Very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as per your respective time zone. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in the webinar for the CISA Exam Success Strategy. So basically in this webinar, guys, we are going to discuss about common mistake that you need to avoid if you are preparing for the CISA certification. We will be also going to discuss about some of the proven technique which you need to apply whenever you are, preparing for the CISA certification. And we'll also discuss your queries, your doubts. So basically, while submitting the form of this CISA webinar, I have received a lot of queries of the participant regarding the preparation strategies, regarding the CISA registrations, regarding the experience requirement. So guys, I would be taking all of your queries and I think let's start our session without wasting much of your time. I would just request all the participants, if you can go on a mute, please. If I'm asking you some queries, maybe you can unmute and speak, guys. And if you will keep yourself on a mute, it would be better for all the participants so that we can conduct this session without any interruptions. In case of a query doubt, maybe you can raise your hand. Maybe you can unmute and speak. Okay, that is not a problem. But in general, keep the mute only. Keep yourself mute so that we can do a fruitful discussion. Perfect, guys. So let me start our webinar. So guys, first what I'm going to discuss is, first I will be going to discuss about the common mistakes which people are doing while preparing for the CISA examination. And we are going we'll so let me start one by one. So first mistake doing is, whenever they are appearing for the examination or whenever they are preparing for the examination, while preparing for the examination, see, when we do very important that you need to do a lot of practice of Q&A. Okay, my voice is big. Someone I mentioned. What about others, guys? Is it taking? Can you confirm me, please, anyone? Okay. So
Yes,
what I'll
you're
do is
breaking.
just give me a moment. Yes, just give me a moment. What I'll do is I'll change my network, guys. I'll change my network. I think that is because of the network problem. Let me just change the network. Give me a moment, please. Mm. I hope, guys, I am audible now properly. Can you confirm me? Am I audible properly, everyone?
Yes.
A couple of confirmation. Yeah. Perfect, guys. So what I was telling you is that first we will start with the common mistake which people are doing while preparing for the CISA examination and how to avoid those mistakes. Okay. So first mistake which I have seen is what, when students are preparing for the CISA examination, first thing that you need to keep in mind is what, that conceptual understanding is very, very important. First, what you need to do is, whenever you are reading any topic, whenever you are doing any domain, try to read it from a conceptual perspective. Don't try to mug up those domain, or don't try to mug up those topics. Try to understand conceptually that, okay, how this particular topic can be used in a real life. What is the practical implication? See, CISA is about audit, correct? The objective of doing CISA is what? Maybe you want to try to understand the information system risk. You want to understand the information security risk. You want to understand that how the technology is working, what are the areas where the risk can be there. See, because from auditor's perspective, it is very important that we understand the risk properly, correct? We understand what are the audit procedures you need to apply, how to apply. So it is very much conceptual, guys, like whether it is any domain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the domains are very conceptual. So while doing a reading, also you need to try to think logically, try to be very much conceptual. Okay, that okay, this is a concept, this is what the objective is, and if we do this, we are going to achieve this one. So this is first thing. And second sub bullet point is what, after doing a conceptual reading, you have to do a lot of practice for the Q&A. Sometimes what is happening, there are a lot of people, what they are doing is they are just doing the reading, they are not doing sufficient preparations for the question and answer. And let me tell you guys, question and answer practice is very important, I would say. Sometimes what happen, even though you understand the concepts, but you will not be able to understand how to apply those concepts. Okay, so for example, in accounts, what we say, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. This is one concept. This is our accounting principle. Now I know this concept, but still I need to do a lot of Q&A to understand that how to apply those concepts. So practice for question and answer is very important, guys. You need to do a sufficient practice for the Q&A. You need to solve a lot of Q&As, whatever ways available with you. Nowadays, there are a lot of Q&A available on the internet. If you are, buying any mock test paper, if you are subscribing uh, any course, just ask them to provide you sufficient Q&A and do practice a lot of Q&A. And when you do a practice of Q&A, guys, one more important thing here. If you are reading any question, first read that question very carefully. Okay, you have to read that question word by word. You need to understand that what is the expectations from that question. Sometimes what is happening, people are reading question too fast. Okay, if you will do that, sometime you may overlap the requirement, you may not be able to understand the problem statement. So this is very important, guys. Whenever we are reading any question, we have to read that question very carefully, word by word, if possible. Okay. Try to think logically that, okay, this is the problem statement. And one more thing, see, when you will read the question word by word, you will be able to highlight the keyword. Those who are already preparing for the examination, you must be knowing that, guys, in CISA examination, there are a lot of keywords. Okay, like what is the first choice, next, greatest concern. Okay, which is the most severe risk, what is the best option out of the four options given. So there are a lot of keywords in the examination. And when you will go for actual examination, you will see, guys, that those keywords are also highlighted in a capital letter. Okay, so you need to understand that, okay, what is the keyword in the upcoming pointers, guys. I also tell you about those important keywords and their definition, like what you need to understand from those keywords. So this is my first point, guys. You have to read the question very carefully while preparing. You need to focus on conceptual understanding, very important. And if you have conceptual understanding, doesn't mean that you will be able to clear. You have to prepare a lot of Q&As, do a lot of practice, attempt for the mock test paper, and then only you appear for the examination. Because, guys, this examination will cost you a very decent amount. Like a student need to pay somewhere around $750. And if you don't pass the exam again, you have to pay the entire fee. So this is not a small amount, guys, correct? $750 is a very good amount. It is your hard-earned money. So you have to think, like, when I am appearing for the examination, you need to be very sure that yes, I am prepared. Okay. So this is first thing, guys. Okay. Second thing, what I want to tell you is, I have seen some lot of time in the class that sometimes what is happening, people are not staying in the boundary of the questions. Okay, so for example, you have some problem statement. So what they do is they'll read the question and then they'll try to think, okay, what if this is there? They'll try to apply their assumptions in the questions. Don't do that. See, they have given you a problem statement. You have to be solve that particular problem within the boundary, whatever is written in the question. Don't apply your assumptions. Don't apply your assumptions. You have to be there. You have to read and understand the questions based on what is written in that. Okay. A very like I've seen this couple of times, guys. Whenever we are doing discussion in the class as well, in the trainings as well, sometimes what happens, we goes beyond the boundaries of the questions. So don't do that. Focus on the question. One more thing, guys, see, in CISA examination, it is not about which question, which option is right or which option is wrong. It is not about right, wrong. Sometimes you will see there are more than two option or more than three options which are right, but which you have to choose which one is more accurate or which one is more right as compared to three. So we have a four option and we have to choose one best option out of the four. You have to understand that. Okay. So keep that thing in the mind. It is not about right or wrong. It is about which one is more right or which one is the best out of the four option, because we have to choose one out of a four. Okay. In this like CISA examination, you have 150 questions. So for all the 150 question, you have to choose only one answer. It is not like ISO and other examination where you can choose a multiple option. No, straightforward. Out of four options, we have to choose only one option. Okay. And couple of time people do think that there is a negative marking, but let me tell you, in the CISA examination, there is no negative marking. Okay, there is no negative marking. So you have to attempt all the 150 questions which are there in your examination. You have to attempt all those things. Okay. So this is the second point, guys. Third point, basically, stay in the boundaries. Don't go beyond what is written into the questions. You have to stay within the question, and based on that understanding, you have to choose one out of the four. Now, guys, one more thing here. Okay. See, what I've seen is whenever people are appearing for the examination, okay, in examination, when you will appear, you have to solve how many 150 questions, and how much time you have? You have a 4 hours to solve those 150 question and answers. Okay. Sometime what will happen, not sometime, I'll say majority of time what will happen, the ISACA pattern, I'll tell you, they will give you initial 20 to 25 or maximum 30 questions, which may be bit difficult. Okay. I would say the difficulty level for initial 20, 25 or 30 questions would be on the higher side as compared to your remaining paper. So what will happen, suppose if you are giving the examination and suppose you have attempted initial 10 or 15 questions, sometime what will happen, people will think, "Arey, it's very difficult. I'm not able to answer any of first 10 question and answer. It's very difficult." So what they'll do is they'll make their morale down. They'll start losing the confidence. I've seen like after the examinations when we are talking with the student who were unable to clear. So this is also one problem statement which I have noted. They'll say, Sachin, the paper was very difficult. You know, when I was solving initial 15, I was not able to answer like majority of them. Like all were having a lot of ambiguity in terms of which option to choose, because there were a lot of similarities. All options were looking right. Those kind of stuff. So keep this thing in your mind that, boss, I have a 150 questions. Okay. I have a 150 questions and I have to score 55%. Correct? Because your passing marks is how much? 450 out of 800. So even if you are not able to answer like initial 10, 15 or maybe 20, then don't lose your confidence. Be calm as much as possible, because if you will do that, you will be start giving wrong answer even though for a simple questions, because then you will go in altogether another zone. Okay, because suppose if initial 10 15 questions, if you think that okay, it is wrong and I will not be able, if able to clear. If those kind of thoughts are coming in your mind, then it is a negative thing, I would say. It would be a negative point, and this can lead to failure of the examinations as well. So keep this thing in a mind. Initial 10, 20, if those questions are difficult, be calm. Always think that, boss, I have 150 questions to solve. It is just 20 questions which are difficult. Later, maybe there will be lot of one liner, lot of easy questions, straightforward questions. So I have to focus on that because my passing is how much? 55%. So even if I answer 80, 85 correct, I will be able to clear. So you have to think from that perspective, guys. And this is how you need to tackle your entire, this 4 hours of examination journey, because that is very important. Sometimes I've seen a lot of people who are very good prepared, but still not able to clear. Why? Because that 4 hours matters a lot, guys. Correct? It is all about, see, whatever you have prepared in last 3 months, in last 6 months, in last 1 month, or last 1 year. That entire preparation's outcome is what? It is that 4 hours. Correct? So you have to be very particular in that 4 hour time period. You have to very calm, composed, try to read that question carefully, think about all the scenario, whatever technique we are using. Like in CISA examination, we always prefer to use the elimination method. Correct? That out of 4 options, first eliminate the two wrong answer, three wrong answer based on the understanding. So be very calm, even if you want to take a break of 5 minutes, for example, out after 30, 40 or 50 questions, if you feel that, my concentration is losing, I want to take a break. Maybe you can take a break. You can have some 5 minutes of refreshment. Why I'm telling you that? Because I see this 4 hour is more than sufficient to attempt all the 150 questions. More than sufficient. I have never come across a scenario where student is saying that I was unable to attempt 150 questions in 4 hours. So time wise, you have enough time. It is just that you have to utilize that time properly and accordingly need to crack the exam. Okay. Now, one more thing here, guys. This is again, you have to use when you are appearing for the examination, is what that sometime what will happen, there will be few questions which will be bit confusing. Okay. So what you need to do is you just mark those questions for review. Okay. Instead of submitting your answer, you mark those questions review. I'll tell you based on my experience also, and based on the feedback which we are receiving. See what is happening. See, you have 150 questions.
வேற
Guys,
எதுவும்
if
இல்ல.
you're not speaking,
அப்சைட்ல
please
காட்டிருச்சுன்னா
mute
கன்சோல்
yourself.
முடிஞ்சு. உங்களுக்கு எஸ்எம்எஸ் வந்துரும்.
Let me just mute. I don't know. Ram, if you can mute yourself, please. Okay. So guys, what I'm telling you here is that it is very important that whenever we are not answering any questions, or wherever we feel that it is a bit, difficult questions, and you want to mark it for review, because later you want to do that final answer. So do that, mark if any question which you feel is difficult or you are not able to understand as of now, then mark that question for review. Why I'm telling you is, see what happened. I'll tell you, you have 150 questions. So suppose if you have completed 150 questions in one go, and if you know that fact, okay, out of 150, there were a lot of easy questions, and I am pretty sure that I have given correct answer, then what will happen after completion of 150 question? You will gain that confidence that, boss, now I will be able to clear. Out of 150, for example, you have marked 20 or 25 questions for review. Okay. And you have completed all 150, and just 25 you have to review. So now when you will go back, to those questions which are marked for review, and if you have that sense of confidence that, boss, paper was easy, whatever I have prepared, the questions were from that concepts only. I think that I have all of those questions I have, done during the practice. I am pretty sure that I will be able to clear the examination. If you bring those kind of thoughts in your mind, then what will happen? The questions which you were feeling initially was difficult, you will start getting a lot of clarity for those questions. Okay. For example, initially you were thinking that, okay, I am confused between A and B. But if you will go back again after finishing those 150 question answer, maybe you will get more clarity. Okay, you will get more clarity in terms of what that you will feel that confidence, boss. 150 out of 150, 100 or maybe 110 are definitely correct. So I will be able to clear. So this is again, guys, this is again, I'm telling it is about confidence, correct? So it is good practice, always good practice to marking questions for a review. First, you go through all 150, then mark some questions for review if required, and later do the review and accordingly need to submit. Now, one more important thing here, guys, you need to submit your paper before completion of the 4 hour. Very, very important. Okay. Sometimes what is happening, the people are not doing that submission. It is always better that if you submit your paper maybe 5 minutes before your scheduled time, because there will be a clock running on your screen. So you will be able to see how much time is remaining. Okay. So based on that, always submit your paper. That is also one of very important thing which you need to take care while appearing for the examination. Okay, guys. Now what I'll do is, guys, these are some generic tips which I think you need to take care while appearing for the examination. And now what I'll do is, as we have discussed, guys, this is very important, correct? Keyword, understanding of the keyword is very, very important in the CISA examination. So what I'll do is I'll quickly give you some perspective about this, that what are the keywords which are generally used in the CISA examination, and what is the meaning of those keywords. Okay, guys, I'll just try to give you some brief about it. So one keyword which you will see is like what? Must. In any question, if you find this term, if you find this word must, how to interpret that? Must means what, guys? It is a mandatory. You have to choose the option which is mandatory. Okay, out of the four options, which one is mandatory? Or maybe you will say that it is non-negotiable. Must means what? It is a mandatory. So you have to think from that perspective. Out of four, which option is must? Okay, which option is mandatory? Which option is non-negotiable? Okay. Second word or second term which you will see is what? Most. What is the meaning of most? Most means what? Optimum, optimal choice. What is the meaning of this? Optimal choice. Out of the four, okay, whatever four options are there, out of those four options, what is the optimal choice? Okay, why that particular thing is required? For example, if someone is saying what is the most effective way to prevent the data leakages, now there are four options, correct? Someone is saying that awareness training, someone is saying web filtering, other option is saying DLP, other option is antivirus. So optimal choice is what? Maybe with the help of web filtering, it is like a compensating control. Let me mute all. Uh, yeah. So what I'm telling you is most means what? Optimal choice. So in this case, when somebody is asking me that Sachin, what is the most effective way to prevent the leakages? I'll say that implementing a DLP, because that is an optimal choice, correct? DLP would be primarily used for protecting the data. So likewise, we have to use this particular. Okay. When I say best, best, best means what? Meaning of the best is what? Ideal choice. Okay. What would be the ideal choice amongst all four options? And when you are choosing that, you need to consider all the factors. Okay. When somebody is asking what is the best, okay, what is the best out of the four options, then you need to start thinking that was out of this four option, which one is the ideal choice? Okay, considering all the factors related to that problem statement, correct? So when you are doing that, guys, you need to balance the security needs, like, because see, this is an ideal choice, no? So I'll when I would be answering those kind of queries or those kind of questions, I'll consider about the business requirement. I'll also consider about the cost. I'll also consider the security, the feasibility, correct? Because I have to choose the best, correct? So this is how you need to interpret this terminology, which is best. And then one more, which I've seen quite frequently, is what primary, like out of the four option, which is a primary option. So primary is very simple that what is the first priority? Maybe you can say that out of the four option, which option is the first priority? So you need to focus while answering those kind of questions. You need to focus on the main objective. Okay. Or the first priority which you can choose out of the first out of the four options. Accordingly, you need to choose. So this is how in the questions, guys, you will find those keywords. So you need to interpret those keywords. You need to apply your knowledge here. You need to apply your conceptual understanding, and accordingly you need to answer those queries. Okay, guys. So this is about the first topic where we have discussed that what are the common mistakes which you need to avoid while preparing for the examination. Now, guys, if you want to share something, okay, this is both the option says both the options are there. Either you can go online, either like there are designated center, okay, designated center where you can go and appear, and either you can choose the remotely proctored option. So both the options are available. Okay. So guys, this is about common mistakes to avoid. Like if you want to add something, please feel free to unmute and speak. Uh, Otherwise, we'll go to the next topic. This is fine, everyone. If you have any query, any doubt related to this, please feel free to ask. This clear? What is the break policy? So in this, what happens, Vimali, you need to request if you are going to the center, okay, then you need to ask that boss, I want to take a break. Okay, they'll give you the break. Then after coming from the break again, you need to show your identity, or you need to if suppose if they have taken your fingerprints and all, then you need to do that again, verification, and then you can go and sit for your examination. Okay. So, and similarly, if you have opted for a remotely proctored option, then you need to inform to the proctor. Okay, he'll ask you that, okay, you can take a break. And after coming from the break, you need to show that room. So whatever process which you have followed initially, same you need to process again. Okay, Srimali, clear? Member, non-member fees is almost same. You are absolutely right, Sweetie Chaudhary. You are right. For this, what I'll do is I'll share you one video link in a chat. Okay. You can find that video in my YouTube channel as well, where we have discussed very much in a detail the difference between members and non-member. Fees is almost same. If you are planning for this, I would always advise to take a membership, because in membership you will get a lot of benefit. Okay. So always better to take membership. Advantage includes is what, like you will be uh, getting an access to the local chapter, because when you are taking a membership, you are paying the local chapter fees as well. So you are getting that access to the local chapter community, and you can take certain classes of local chapter at a discounted price. You can attend some webinars free. So those are some of the benefits. Okay. Scale score, but is there any specific number? No, no, no. Akshay, sorry, who is this? Ashay. There is no specific number as such. Okay. It is purely scale based only. Like now, we don't know that. See, I'll tell you one more thing. Out of 150 questions, there are few questions for which there is no marks. So we are not very sure that for which question is for how many marks. That ISACA will never disclose. Even in your detailed examination report or your result, they'll never disclose the correct answers number. They'll just disclose the grade out of 800, how much you have scored. Okay. So this is there. Does membership has an advantage? Yes, you are absolutely right. So your Prince, what happened? Your membership is valid for 1 year. So during that span of 1 year, you can appear for other certification at a discounted price. For example, if you're planning CISA, 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 CISM or C risk. So if you have paid membership, then you can attempt those other certification at $575. Similarly, if you want to reappear, suppose by any chance you didn't clear, so second attempt is also at a discounted price. Okay. So this is there. Then when is your next batch for CISA evening? We'll plan that. Shrimalli will plan, and we'll announce that on our website definitely. Okay. Domain wise cutoff, no, Riyaz, there is no domain wise cutoff. So, for example, even if you have scored 400 in domain one, but you have scored very well in domain 4, 5, like 600 or 650, still you will be able to clear because the passing will depend on your total score. So, it is not domain wise cutoff. So, what you can do, Riyaz, you can plan like, which domain you think that you are good, which is your strength. If you are from an audit background, maybe 1 or 2 would be your strength. So you can focus on that more as compared to 3, 4, 5. So you can channelize your strategy basically, Riyaj, for this. There is no domain wise cutoff. When we are need to meet the CP requirement. So after 1 year, Syed, basically, when you apply for the certification, okay, after applying for the certification, 1 year there is a relaxation, but from the next year onwards, you need to comply with the CP requirement. Okay. Will there be an option like all of no 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 Prashant, all of the above, none of the above. This is not ISO exam. You'll not find those kind of options in CISA. Okay. I haven't come across those things till now. What is your suggestion related to remote? I would suggest NIDA. Basically, it is better to go to the designated center. Why I'm telling you is that, see, if you are giving this exam from home, you have to take care a lot of things. You have to make sure that internet connection is proper. I'll tell you one scenario. One of my student was giving the exam, and he was giving that exam in a room. One of his family member opened the door and they entered into the room. Then remote that proctor have blocked his examination because someone have entered into a room. Okay, so there are a lot of things you need to take care. There is no background noises, that no one is entering to your room. You need to give the exam very silently. I'll tell you one more instance where the student was reading question loudly. Okay, for example, some people have a habit to read loudly. So he was reading loudly, so proctor were thinking that he is recording all the questions. So then he has blocked his examination. So when you are giving from home, you have to take additional stress. Like already there is a stress we are appearing for exam. Why to take extra stress? When suppose there are a situation where center is too far from your location, it is very difficult to reach out the center, then maybe you can go for remotely proctored. But if it is nearby to your location, then why to choose that one, I think. So I always prefer to go to the center. This is my suggestion. Yeah. Yes, you can reschedule the examination versa. So there is a deadline like before 24 to 48 hours. You can reschedule your examination versa. Okay. Then Srimalli ISO for some we get no no in this the Srimalli, let me tell you very frankly, like Isaka will never disclose that if your answer was near to correct answer. For example, first choice was option A and you have answered B, which was option you have answered B, which was the second choice. So they'll give you partial mark or full mark. There is no clarity. What you need to understand is that you will get mark only for the correct answer. Okay. Because see, this is an MCQ based examination, Srimalli. So this is not a like one where you have to write the detailed paragraph. It is purely MCQ based. Okay, so you will not get the partial answer. Think that either it would be correct or incorrect. Okay. Process of obtaining certification. For that, what I've done is, sweetie, again, I have uploaded a video on my YouTube channel. Again, how to apply for CISA certification. Okay, that is a very detailed video. Uh, I'll quickly share you a link for those videos, or maybe you can search directly CISA prep CISA certification video on my YouTube channel. You'll get that. Okay. Any tips? Yes, I am coming to that part, Syed. I think I have discussed one of the tip earlier as well. If you have joined late, maybe. Mock test are because I have heard. Yes, you are right. So basically, for this Sveta mock test paper, there are a lot of websites, free websites are there. And maybe if you subscribe my course, you will also get a 7 to 8 mock test paper. And a lot of website, lot of Udemy options are also there, Shweta. If you are doing self-study, just search on Udemy, you will find a lot of this mock test paper where you can attempt. Or if you only want to go with the mock test paper, do connect me. I'll provide you some mock test papers. Okay. Last query. Yeah, please tell me. Exam ready with my preparation. Please guide me. Is there? I'll come to that part. I'll come to the preparation part only now. I'm just taking your queries, guys. So I'll come to that part. Shweta, Sweetie. Sorry, I'll come to this query. Then it will be wise to take exam at a center. Yes, we have already discussed. Correct. It is always better to go to the center. Okay. You are right. How many times next reschedule? I think only one time you can reschedule. And if you want to further reschedule, you need to raise a ticket to ISACA portal stating the emergency why you want to reschedule. They'll ask you some proof and maybe they'll approve that. But student can reschedule one time. That is without any support. I know you have a morning batch, any other morning batch. After Fab again, we'll plan for the batch Riyaz. Okay, we have a regular batches. So we'll do that. So I hope guys, all of your queries are being answered. Can we move to the next one, please? Can we move to the next topic about the technique, like what we need to do for the preparation strategy? Perfect, guys. So let me start this one. Uh, so guys, now preparation strategy is again something which is very unique user to user. Like it is very something which depends like how you are doing your preparation. I'll just tell you the ideal way. Okay, so what I think is that whenever you are preparing for the examination, you have to be consistent. What when I say be consistent, what does it mean? That you need to prepare consistently, maybe daily. I know that all of you are working professional. It is very difficult for you to get the time from your daily routine. I can relate to that. Okay. But you need to understand, since you are paying so much of fees, you are doing the certification to acquire a knowledge. So you have to put an extra effort. So daily, for example, guys, if you are doing a reading of 40 minutes, 45 minutes or 1 hour, that is fine. Okay. You need to stretch your preparation, okay, on weekends. So for example, if you are getting time on a Saturday, Sunday, if you are getting time on the holiday, so these are the days when you can stretch your study hours. Okay, these are the times when you can stretch your preparation hours. You can do a lot of self studies or maybe classes, training, whatever. So first thing is, what while you are preparing, you have to be consistent throughout your journey. For example, if someone is planning to do within a month, they have to be consistent within a period of this 1 month. I have come across a lot of scenario in our class also. There are people who are taking a straight away 2 week leave, and this 2 week, like 15 days straight away, they are just doing their CISA preparation. They are taking a leave for a specific period of time. They are very particular, boss, that I have to clear this in a 15 days. This is my preparation strategy. I have also done one interview with one of our student, like who have prepared for this exam within a 15 days. So he took my self-paced training course and he went through the training course and he was able to clear with more than 70%. Correct? So see, duration is up to you, that how you are stretching your time, whether you are doing it slowly day, or maybe you are taking a particular period leave, or you are targeting that, okay, I want to do it in a 15 days or maybe 3 months. So preparation wise, guys, for one thing, what I can say is that you have to be consistent. This is for sure. Okay, whatever planning which you are doing 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or maybe 15 days, you have to be consistent during that period. Okay. Now, second thing, like preparation, how to do. Again, for preparation, guys, you have a two option. Okay. either you can go for a self-study. It is always good to do self-study because when you are doing a self-study, guys, you are understanding a lot of things on your own and you will be able to retain those things for a longer period of time because you are putting a lot of effort to understand those concepts, correct? Maybe you will search on a YouTube, you'll search on a Google, you'll try to read from AI, correct? So if you're doing self-study, that is also fine. I'll not say that it is mandatory that you have to take a class if you want to pass. No. Okay. Even if you're doing self-study, that is a good way of doing it. When you do a self-study, what approach you need to focus, guys? So you must be having some books, maybe review manual, maybe you have some author's book. So what you need to do is first you need to read the concept from whatever book you are referring. Okay. And one more thing here, guys, when you are doing a self-study, don't refer too much of material. Okay, it should not be the case where you are referring to the review manual also. You are also referring to some author book. You are also doing the reading from the internet. You are doing a lot of. So sometimes what is happening? People are reading too much of material. That will also be a confusing because at the end, within a 1 or 2 day, you have to revise everything. So try to keep your material concise, okay, which is covering like all the aspect. So material wise, you have to be very clear that what material you want to refer and keep those material like from start to end, whatever your journey is. One thing, okay, self study. So when you're doing self study, first make your a proper plan that, okay, I will be referring to this review manual, this Q&A manual, and this is how I would be preparing. So this is one thing. Now, second thing, guys, here, once you do the concept reading, after reading the concept, you need to practice the Q&A. So if you have a Q&A manual, if you have a, other some a question and answer for practice, so do that review. Okay, do some Q&A. So you have to follow this domain wise, obviously. So first you will do it for domain one, then you'll do it for domain two, three, four, five. So likewise, you have to do for all the domain. Now, once you are done with all the domain wise preparation is done. Now you need to start solving a new question and answer. You need to start solving question and answers which are mixed. First, we have done practice domain wise. Domain one, conceptual understanding, domain one, Q&A. Domain two, conceptual understanding, domain two, Q&A. So likewise, we are doing domain wise. After doing that domain wise, we have to solve question and answer mixed, like from all the domain. Okay. And after doing that, what you need to do is you have solved suppose enough question like 1,500 if you have solved, then after last solving this you have to appear for some mock test paper. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you can appear, you need to appear because this particular mock test paper will be giving you a confidence whether you are ready for the examination or not. In mock test paper, if you are getting 70-75% of score, that means you are ready for the examination. So this is how you can channelize your self study, guys. This is the best way to do your preparations, and this is what I feel. But yeah, based on your time, based on your skill, based on your experience, obviously you can modify that. So this is about self-study. Now, guys, suppose if you want to opt for the training option, okay, again, advantage of taking training is what, guys, if you're taking a training, you would be provided with the what material to refer. Like in our case, we are providing a customized notes, we are providing a customized PPT, like one of participant has asked whether it is mandatory to read review manual. So for example, if you have other notes, if you have other books, which you feel that those notes and those books are covering your review manual, then why to read? Correct. So it purely depends, Riaz. It is always recommended. But if you have other, material which you can refer, then there is no need to read a review manual. In our class, most of the people, I would say 60 to 70% people are relying on our own notes. Like we have a concise PPT, we have a concise notes which we are sharing with the participants. So they are going through that notes, they are going to through that PPTs in which the concepts are being summarized. I'll show you one example as well. Purely like depends what kind of trainings you are taking. In case of training, what is the advantage, guys? You will be able to get the knowledge easily because someone would be there to guide you, someone would be there to make you understand conceptual things. So it will take lesser time as compared to the self-study. You will be getting all the materials, correct? You will be added in some community where you can ask your queries, doubt. So in case of like if you are going with the training, whatever trainer, whatever institute that you opt for, obviously they'll guide you. Okay. So when you are taking a training, then do follow what your trainer is telling you. Again, the strategy would remain same. You have to do domain wise study. While doing that study, conceptual understanding is very important. You have to solve a lot of question and answers. You have to do practice of mock test paper. Correct. So likewise, your study plan would be as same as taking a training. Okay. So this is what you can follow for your CISA preparation. Again, as I told you, purely depends on a person to person. There are people who are able to clear it within a 15 days, within a 10 days. I've seen a people who are getting failed even after preparing for 2 years. Correct. So sometimes it is all also depends. For example, there are people who are already working in IT audit or maybe audit domain. For them, it would be easy to apply those concepts, easy to understand those concepts. There are few people who are from non-technical background, moving to the audit, moving to the technology. Then maybe for them it would be a bit difficult. So they may take time of 6 months, 8 months to prepare for the exam. So purely depends on your skill, your experience, your expertise. But step by step, guys, you have to be very clear that okay, first I want to do a conceptual understanding domain wise, then Q&A, then some more practice and more practice of Q&A, then mock test paper, and then my final exam. Okay. So this has to be your preparation strategies, the ideal one, which I feel which will be able to help you to clear your examination in the first attempt. Okay. So that will be there. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'll again take up your queries from a chat. So let me check your queries one by one. So someone is asking, I have total 3.5 years of experience. You are eligible for certification, obviously, Chandan. Okay. Considering your experience. One more thing I want to clarify in my webinar comments also, I've seen a lot of queries. People are asking about the CISA certification. One thing, guys, see, to appear for CISA examination, there is no prerequisite. Anyone can appear for the CISA examination, even if you don't have a require uh, experience, you can still appear because certification will come into the picture after passing the examination. Once you pass the examination, once you clear the examination, then you have to apply the certification. At the time of applying the certification, you have to prove the 5 years of work experience. Out of the 5 years of work experience, you can claim the waiver of 3 years. Up to 3 years, you can claim the waiver. For example, if you have any bachelor degree, if you are CA, if you are a CIA, if you have ACCA, other certification, 2 year waiver you will get. 1 year waiver you will get for general work year experience. So likewise, you can claim the waiver up to 3 years. Or suppose if you have a master degree in computer science, if you are from IT background, MTech and all, then you will get a waiver of 3 years. So maximum 3 year waiver you can get, and you just need to prove your work experience, 2 years of work experience in the information system domains. So there are 5 domains in CISA. One of the domain you can choose and you can submit your experience requirement. So this requirement will come after passing the examination. Okay. So in your case, Chandan, it is very clear. Like if you have an experience in IT audit and if you have already this degree, you can apply certification immediately. Okay. Mandatory to read manual. I have already answered Riaz. Sehadri, yes, I'll tell you that when we are providing any training, we are sharing all the material. When I say all the material, whatever is needed for you to prepare, entire material will be provided by the institute. Okay, by our training institute. You need not to spend anything after taking the training. Okay. For our self-paced training, Varsha, you will get everything. So now let me tell you about my trainings as well, guys. Okay. So basically, we have a two option. Like when we are saying that CISA preparation. For CISA preparations, we have two options. So if you will go to my website, in my website, you will find two options, guys. So one is a live class. So we are doing one live class. Initially, it was scheduled to first February 2025, and now due to some reason, it is rescheduled to 8th February. On website, it is showing 8th January, but I'll change that. So we are starting our batch from 8th February 2025, guys. Okay. Due to some personal emergency, personal commitment, I have to reschedule my batch, which was initially starting from 1st Feb. Now it will start from the 8th Feb. So this is our CISA live class, which we are doing from the 8th February 2025. So we have one this option where you can do the registration for live class. We have also one option which is an online self-paced training. Okay. So in online self-paced training, what we are doing is we are providing you self-paced course where you will get all the material, whatever is being shared with the participants. Okay, in the live class, you will get all that material, everything, whatever is shared. Okay, and you can choose this one. This options why we have added this option because there are a lot of people who are not comfortable with the timing. There are a lot of people who are struggling with the job. There are a lot of students also who are not doing the job. So just to give you them a economical option, like our self-paced pricings are pretty much lesser as compared to the other market rates or live training. So we have kept this option for all, considering all those aspects in a mind. Okay, just to provide you an economical, affordable option to clear the examination. So this option is there. So if you want to go with this option, so you can choose this one also, guys. Okay. Frequency of exam organized at an exam center. Saurav, you can appear for the examination anytime, any day. You just need to choose your date and time slot and you can appear. There is no such, predefined month or days. Anytime you are prepared, you can give. Okay. Q&A, where to find which Q&A web of, I am not sure. If you are take training, what is an ideal time after which? So Riaz, again, it will depend. If you ask me an ideal time, I would say that within a 1 and a half month, you have to appear for the examination because all the concepts after completion of training, you will be able to, retain those concepts. So if you appear immediately within a 1 or 1.5 month, then it would be better for you and it will help you to clear exam. Okay. What if it infeasible to get experience letter from because standardized framework may fail? So for this, sweetie, what happened is there is no requirement that you have to get that experience letter only from your employer. Even if there is someone who is your client, even if someone who is your colleague, okay, even your colleague, even your client, or even the other person. Suppose if you have worked for some other clients, even they can also certify your experience. Okay. So work can be certified by anyone. Okay. Again, I'll tell you that you need to check out that CISA certification video which we have prepared. How to apply for CISA certification. Let me just do that quickly. How to apply CISA certification. We have so this is a video. So if you will check this particular video, you will be having an idea that how the certification process works, who can certify the experience and how to fill the form. Okay. So you'll get that understanding. Okay. Then, okay, I have to deliver. That is fine. Practice. Web, as I told you initially, there are a lot of Udemy's option. Maybe you can find if you only, if any one of you are only interested for buying mock test papers and Q&A, you can reach out to us. You can reach out to our team. We'll help you, to provide those Q&As and mock test papers. Okay. I took Udemy course. Will it be Renuka? Yeah, maybe it is enough if you feel that all the concepts are getting covered in the Udemy course, and whatever is there in the new review manual. If those concepts are getting covered, then it would be enough. A lot of people who are doing this without Udemy course, they are doing self-study, Renuka. So you just need to see like If you feel that everything is getting covered, if any delta which is not covered, you can do your self study for those topics, and yeah, you can prepare for the examination. Okay. Difficult wise, Ramkumar, purely depends on your preparation. But one thing is pretty sure, without good preparation, you will not be able to clear. So it is not very easy. Okay. CISA is one of the toughest certification of ISACA. ISACA offers a lot of certification. Okay, CISA, CSUM, CRISC, CGIT, lot of other certification, and CISA is one of tough certifications. If you have a conceptual knowledge, definitely you will be able to clear. Okay. Perfect, guys. So I think that I have answered all of your queries. Still, if you have any query doubt, do let me know. You can unmute, you can speak. From the webinar perspective, guys, I think that is all I want to communicate with you guys. There are a lot of people who have already taken my course and they might be, doing their preparation. So I hope this particular webinar helped them in terms of their preparation strategy, in terms of common mistakes to avoid. If anyone who have enrolled but not joined, for that what I would be doing is I would be uploading the recordings of this particular webinar on my YouTube channel. So suppose if you have missed any part, you can refer to those recorded sessions on a YouTube. Okay, if any part is being missed. So that is all from my side, guys. Again,
Hello.
before, yeah, tell
Hello.
me. Yeah,
Can I ask a question?
please,
Well,
please. I was trying to.
I attended your class in March 2024, CISA batch, and
Okay.
you uploaded some documents, and I was wondering how long will they be available for us? Because
Okay.
I've been preparing for the CISA for almost a year, but because I'm working, I still don't feel really comfortable to
Okay, I'll tell you.
try
I'll tell you.
CISA
So basically,
exam.
what happened? Recordings are being managed by the institute. Like from whatever institute you have taken the classes, they generally have a right to disable the recording access. But my material access would be there for 2 years. Generally, in our class, we provide an access for 2 years. If any student who is not able to give exam within a 2 year also, they can request for extension, and we do provide that extension free of cost. So at our training institute, it would be a policy of 2 years. And in my case, since I'm taking a classes at other institute as well, for recording, you can check with them that how long they'll provide, because I've seen that they provide for 6 months or maximum 1 year. But yeah, you can check with them, and the PPTs, the other material which I've shared with you, that access will remain valid for 2 years. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I was practicing, and I did these mock tests, and I achieved 60%. So I don't think that is enough to pass CISA.
60% is not that bad score. A couple of people who have cleared even after getting 60. But yeah, you have to gain an experience. If you are feeling that it is not enough, then I would advise you to do one more revision. Because first thing is what you have to get that confidence. If you feel that okay, I'm ready, then only go for exam. If you feel that still I am not prepared, then don't go for the exam. Okay.
Thank you, Sachin.
Yeah. There is no scenario, many scenarios and questions during the do come up with an evening batch. Yes, Srimalli, generally, we do keep evening only. This time we have kept morning. Okay. But yeah, in future we will be launching an evening batch also. Okay. Many scenarios and questions during the exam. I am not able to understand your query. We will be having a WhatsApp group for this batch. Yes, definitely. We do create a group for each of the batches. If you have registered, then definitely you will get a link for the WhatsApp group. 55% is a passing percentage. Yes, 55%, almost 450 out of 800 is approx 55%. Okay. Perfect, guys. Any other query, any other doubt?
Sachin, just one thing I wanted to ask. I've already pasted my query on the chat regarding to the eligibility for CISA.
Eligibility. I think, Varun, we have discussed to appear for this examination, there is no eligibility requirement. Anyone can appear. Anyone can appear. Even the university student after giving 10th, 12th, or after college, you can appear. See, appearing examination, there is no prerequisite, but yes, to apply a certification, and certification you can apply only after passing the exam, correct? So for this, applying a certification, there is a prerequisite of 5 years work experience requirement. You need to demonstrate 5 years of work experience. Okay. Out of 5 year, you can claim a waiver up to 3 year using your degrees, using your general audit work experience, and then remaining 2 year experience you have to show in the field of information system. Okay, like one of the five domain. Sorry. So this is how
And
it works. So in your case, you are eligible to give the examination. Okay.
all right, yeah. Thank you, Sachin.
Perfect. How to communicate with you for self-paced. So basically what happened, Priyanka, those who are subscribing to a self-paced, they would be getting my numbers. Okay, my WhatsApp number and my direct contact number. So you can reach out to me for any queries or any doubt. Okay. First attempt 388. I took exam, have been studying since plus gaining assessment audit with much more preparation plan to take exam. Would you say I have a good chance? I would say if you are preparing well, definitely you have a good chance. And I wish that you will be able to clear this time. Definitely. If you are preparing well, definitely you will be able to clear. Okay. You just need to work on your mistake. Just see what are the mistake from your first attempt. Try to figure out on which domain you have scored less mark. Okay, on which domain you feel that you need to do more preparation. Just figure out those things, work on your mistakes, and then appear for second attempt. Okay. One more thing here, guys, one more tips which I want to tell you is whenever you are preparing for this examination, I would advise you to make your own notes. Okay? Make your own notes domain wise. Okay, when you are doing the preparation, uh, suppose if you feel that in domain one, these are the 5, 10 topics which I want to revise before the examination. These 5, 10 topics are difficult for me. Or suppose when you are solving a Q&A, you feel that, okay, I want to revisit the question number 100, question number 80, question number 90. So those kind of small notes you have to prepare during your preparation. Because what happened at the end of the at the end of your preparation, if you have a 1 or 2 days, after 1 or 2 days, suppose if you have scheduled your exam, so in this 1 or 2 days you have to revise your entire preparations, entire concept, all the five domain. So at that time this notes will help you a lot. Okay, so try to make your own notes, maybe in the Excel, maybe in the Word, maybe handwritten book, whatever. But make your own notes which you can revise before 1 or 2 days of the class. Okay, that will help you a lot. Okay, just wanted to
Sachin,
clarify. Yeah, please tell me.
Sachin, I started with you, ISA from CISA Council, and I attempted the CISA exam. I got 431. I was near to pass, actually. And I don't know how I felt. The exam was easy, but
Okay.
I think I marked a lot of questions, and then I went back and reviewing them. I don't know. I think that's the reason I failed. I don't know why. But now I decided to read the book. I feel that the 27 edition is more easy to read and to understand than the new one. If I depend on the 27 edition, is that enough?
Yeah. More than enough. See, that is what they have provided. So obviously that is enough, Amar.
Oh, okay, we'll try it again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so you are saying that some lady mentioned she scored 60, then how she has not?
And I
I am
also
not sure.
one of
Yeah.
my colleagues here also she attended the exam. We fell together.
Oh, that's
But
really
I will
sad,
not
but
give up. We
yeah,
were
you
so
have
close to pass. If I answer 5 questions, I would have passed the exam.
correct. Again, just see like in which domain you have scored less and again give an attempt.
Yeah, I understand my weakness in domain 5. I'm working on it.
Okay. Varsha, see, passing is this only 450 out of 800, which is 56.25%. So if you are scoring more than 56.25%, you are passed. You can ask that lady to show the result because I don't think this is possible. Okay. Do company recognize if you don't have a certification? Yes, they do, Saurabh. Okay, so you can always claim that you are CISA qualified, not certified. They'll consider. Okay.
Sachin, it will be there is a discounted price, right?
Sorry, Amar,
Top
come
five,
again.
The reset there
top
is a
five based
discounted
performance
price,
ranking
right?
count. Midway, number
Or
Yes,
five.
yes, this is a discounted price only.
all right, all right.
Yeah. Our price, we have kept our pricing, at very competitive, so that people can afford that. Otherwise, you will see institute are charging 20-25K for the training. Okay. Never gave mock test when I took my CMA. 15% was so difficult. I had to go considering that. Yes, you are right. The same is advisable for CISA as well. Okay. Uh, See, for CISA, Rishi, what you can do is I would suggest you to give the mock test paper. Okay, because from the mock test paper, you will be getting a clarity how well you are prepared. Okay. So just do the mock test paper and just share your score with me also. You are already connected with me. So just do share your results. We will have a discussion on your marks. Okay, guys. So that is all from my side, guys. Again, before winding up the session, just wanted to tell you, like, if you are looking for a training, maybe you can visit our website, csawithsachin.com. You will be getting details of our training program. We are starting our training program from 8th of February 2025. This would be a live training for the 40 hours. And if you want to see our training demo session. So that demo session is also available on my YouTube channel. I have mentioned about PPTs that in our class we are discussing everything with the help of the PPTs. Okay. So, you will be getting that idea like what are materials, what is our material and how we are doing those trainings. So if anyone wants to see the demo session, let me just share the link quickly in a chat. You can have a look to the demo session. Accordingly, you can decide for the registrations. Okay, guys. That is all from my side. I hope you all have enjoyed the session. And anything that you want to ask before we wind up our session, then I will be happy to answer.